The hardest part about being vegan isn't what most people think it is. It's not lacking energy or struggling to build muscle or strength or suffering from nutrient deficiencies. Medic! Or eating boring food. I've been vegan over 15 years, and in this video, I'm gonna talk to you about what is actually hard about being vegan, and it might not be what you think. Well, I'm sure many of you who are vegan will be able to relate. Those who aren't might actually learn a thing or two about us and be able to understand us a little bit better. You need to take a bunch of supplements to survive, so the vegan diet must be flawed. So this is what so many people say, and it is just not true. Sure, you have to take a few supplements like vitamin B12, D3, and maybe omega-3s that are tough to get on a plant-based diet, but it doesn't mean that the diet is flawed and should be discounted. And that's what so many people want to say, is that because you have to take some supplements, the diet is not optimal, it's not healthy, it's not natural. But if vegans are like 1 to 2% of the population, who is propping up the multi-billion-dollar supplement industry? Who's buying all these supplements? Is it only vegans? No, of course it isn't. People take supplements for lots of different reasons, whether it's to fill in some gaps from their diet, correct some deficiencies, maybe they have some sort of like genetic condition that they need to remedy, or maybe they just like want more energy, want something that's gonna make them feel more youthful or look younger. There's so many reasons why people take supplements, and it's not just vegans. So why doesn't anyone bat an eye when non-vegans take supplements, but as soon as vegans do, their whole diet is flawed? Then there are these people who have this idea that our ancestors had it all figured out and that they didn't take supplements, so neither should we. So I shouldn't have to explain the obvious faults to that theory, but they definitely weren't eating for health or longevity. They were eating for survival. And we know that they didn't live very long either. And had you gone up to a caveman way back and showed him a couple pills and said, hey, do you want to take these to improve your health and feel better and live longer? Do you think they would have been like, no, me caveman, no pill? Or do you think they would have been like, yeah, give me that. I want to feel better. I want to live longer. Bet you that they would take it. But what should matter most is health outcomes, is overall health outcomes, not how natural or close to nature something is. And trust me, I love the natural world. I love things in nature. I love being barefoot and being outside and eating foods as close to as nature intended as possible. But if I can eat a plant-based diet and just take a couple of pills per day to prevent deficiencies, it doesn't seem like too bad of a deal to me. So the positive here, aside from having awesome health and helping out the animals and the environment and all that, is that you are paying attention. So many people aren't even paying attention. Speaking of paying attention, hold on a sec. So many people don't pay attention to their micronutrient intake, don't get regular blood testing. They just don't care at all. And you know, if you're eating a plant-based diet, you're taking your B12, your omega-3 and your D3, you are paying attention. So you're doing awesome. And I don't know about you, but I have learned so much about different nutrients, supplementation, and all that since being vegan, and I'm so thankful for it. I'm kind of tired. I don't really feel that good either.
It's probably because you're vegan.
It's not because I'm vegan. I hate when people say that. So we've all experienced this one. You get sick or you're not feeling well and you're afraid to share it with people because you know that they're going to suspect that maybe it's your vegan diet. And this goes for any health condition. Like for me, for instance, I'm in my 40s now and I've never liked my hairline, and it started to creep back a little bit as I got older. So I shaved my head. And now I got comments in my YouTube videos, people saying, it's the vegan diet that made you bald. Like, come on, get real. As if every single person that you see walking around who shaves their head and is bald is a vegan. So if you shave your head bald, you feel tired, or heaven forbid, you get some sort of chronic health condition, people are quick to blame the vegan diet. But have you noticed when a regular person, like an omnivorous person, shaves their head or they get sick or whatever, no one seems to bat an eye. It's sort of like the supplement thing. It can be really frustrating as a vegan, and sometimes it makes people afraid to share their health issues, which it shouldn't be that way at all. So the positive here is that eating a plant-based diet focused mostly around whole plant-based foods is an extremely healthy way to eat. It's been proven time and time again that it's great for helping to prevent many of the chronic health conditions that plague so much of the Western world. We're talking heart disease, diabetes, obesity. While eating a plant-based diet doesn't make you bulletproof, it certainly will help to keep you healthy. And I know my own personal anecdote, I have been extremely healthy since I started this lifestyle, and I feel incredible. It's inconvenient sometimes. So I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it can be inconvenient. Like, I have to admit, I do miss being able to just like see a pizza place like this and go grab a slice of pizza, not have to worry about if it's vegan or anything. And the same goes for like family barbecues and events and stuff like that. It's like you always have to be paying attention, and you probably wanna bring something yourself ahead of time so that you don't have to just like rely on whatever venue it is having something vegan for you. Restaurants are offering vegan options more and more all the time, so it is getting more convenient, and there's obviously tons of stuff to bring to family barbecues and whatnot, but you do have to be mindful, and sometimes it is a little inconvenient, takes a little extra effort, but if your convictions are strong, like mine, it is worth it. So another reason why veganism is sometimes inconvenient and difficult is because you have to read labels of everything to make sure that they don't sneak some sort of animal products into something. And if you're vegan, you'll know they sneak stuff into everything. Like they put milk products into salt and vinegar chips. It doesn't make any sense. But of course, a positive that comes from this is that it keeps you present and making mindful food choices and keeps you looking at ingredient lists. So of course there are plant-based foods that are unhealthy, but that's why you gotta still read the ingredients, except for when it just says vegan friendly right on the package, and then you don't have to, but you probably should. It keeps me healthy, I know that. When I'm reading ingredient labels and paying attention to what I eat, I know I make healthier choices and I feel better. When I'm driving home and I'm hungry and every fast food restaurant isn't an option, it's much easier just to keep on driving and head home. So that's how it keeps me healthy, and that's definitely a positive part about having to check ingredient labels and pay attention as a vegan. You can't build muscle as a vegan without help. So everyone knows of the stereotype that vegans are weak and skinny and can't build muscle. Well, guess what? I did. But the more muscle that I build and the more that I put it out there online, the more accusations that I get of taking steroids. You can't possibly build muscle as a vegan, and if you do, it's because you're on steroids. Those are the comments that I consistently get. And my friends who are vegan and athletes too, they get those accusations as well. And it's frustrating because not only does it take away from our hard work, but also the point that we're trying to prove that you don't need meat in order to build muscle. So of course these comments bother me a bit, but at the same time, they're an unintentional sort of backhanded compliment. I mean, this person thinks that my physique is so unattainable naturally on a vegan diet that I'd have to be taking steroids, but here I am, a natural vegan athlete managing to build muscle. And the positive takeaway from that one is that I'm a beast, and some people can't believe it. Natural. You need tough skin. So it's true, even though many of us vegans are quite sensitive, you need to have a tough skin. You're often the butt of jokes, you can be ridiculed, you can be made fun of, and this is mostly true online. It doesn't so much happen in real life. Most people are pretty understanding. But yeah, you see this online all the time, and it is hurtful because our intentions are so good. You see this online all the time. Somebody from a third world country will be malnourished and someone will comment, oh, look, it's just another vegan or something like that. And then you'll get somebody who does something nice for some wildlife, and then these people will praise that person. And it's just so frustrating. Just for instance, today I was scrolling through my feed and up came a post where somebody fed this squirrel who was really thirsty and hot some water. And then all the comments were like, we have to save this man, save him at all costs, what a good person. And then the vegans just get crapped on. It's a thankless job being vegan, and study after study, not like we need them, confirms this. And there was even a study that I was looking at, and it was on public opinion, and it was on vegans. And they found to be seen as environmentally friendly, health-conscious people who adhere to high moral standards and are worthy of admiration. But on the contrary, they also elicit fear, contempt, and anger in observers who, as a result, socially exclude and even show aggression towards them. We just don't want animals to needlessly suffer or be killed for our food, so we just eat plants. But that's enough to elicit fear and anger and contempt from people? Okay, sure, sometimes some of us are pretty vocal about it, but that's only because we are passionate about this and we know that other people who maybe aren't vegan yet share the same love for animals that we do, so we want to open their eyes and make them make that connection. It's tough, and honestly for me, this is one of the hardest parts that really does weigh on me over time, is that the people around you continue to support the very industries and the very things that you're trying so hard to fight against. And you have to sit at the table with people who eat meat or go out to restaurants with these people, and it is just so hard to wrap your head around. And then on top of that, we have to see the comments online and be the butt of jokes and that sort of stuff. And then something like the carnivore movement comes along and it makes all this progress and gets popular when veganism was doing so well, and it feels like such a bash or such a hit to our momentum. It can be really discouraging, it can be really difficult, but the positive here and what it does teach you is to stand up for what you believe in, even if it isn't popular or sexy or admired by others. And a lot of the time what I find is that people poke fun at vegans so they don't have to take it seriously, and then they don't have to have the mirror reflected back on them and consider their choices. Because if veganism is just this thing that makes you weak and frail, you have to take a whole bunch of supplements, or people are whiny and annoying, or it makes you less masculine or whatever, then they don't have to consider it. So you do need tough skin to be vegan, but if you stick with your guns, this helps you to not be ruled by what others think or say. So you can live in alignment with your values and feel good about about the decisions you make without having anybody else's opinions affect that. So let me know in the comments down below if I missed any tough parts about being vegan. Subscribe so that you can see more from me. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon with another one. Bye-bye.
If you want to make your healthy meals taste even better, check out my latest recipe ebook, Easy Vegan Dressings and Sauces. There's 35 amazing oil-free recipes in there that are sure to transform any meal. There's a link in the description box down below.